This is one of my favorite breathing techniques. It's super dope. It's called box breathing. And the reason I like it so much is because when you scale it and when you change the way you do it, it really gives you a totally different effect. On the lower side, it's a really beneficial meditative effect where it can build focus and calm. And if you have stressful moments, you can really apply this to get massive results in a really short amount of time. But it can be scaled up to be a really intense workout that really involves all the low oxygen principles that I always talk about to build your breath hold time, to build your buildup of red blood cells and your tolerances to CO2. So it's called box breathing because it has 4 sides. So it goes like this. So let's say we're using 4 seconds, for example. You would inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and hold your breath for 4 seconds. So there's 2 breath holds, one on an inhale, one on an exhale. So the reason is this is super great for meditating. All the ancient cultures that meditation comes from, all the ancient mystics, the guys that really had that stuff figured out, all tell you to go to your breath, to focus on your breath, to really focus on the inhales and the exhales, and to even count them. That helps a lot. So that's why this involves really going into your breath and counting. So that act of counting really brings you into the present moment. But also the next layer of complexity to that is the holding your breath, because that makes a lot of these really physical and mental and emotional sensations. So if you really focus on those, it's really easy to be present when your body is running out of oxygen. It's hard to think about all the other stuff going on in your mind. So it really brings you in by focusing on the numbers, counting inside your head, 1, 2, 3, 4. But then also when your body starts telling you, your nervous system starts telling you, oh, we need oxygen, you're not gonna worry about your bills, you're not gonna worry about your job, you're not gonna worry about anything else you got going on. You'll really be in the moment. So it's super beneficial for that. So I'll just demonstrate quickly what it looks like. So we'll do a 4 count on the inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale. So super simple. So as for the numbers, for the meditative one, 4 seconds I find works the best because it doesn't really push you and it won't elevate your heart rate, and it's super chill. Now for me, when I'm stressed at my job, or I'm somewhere I don't want to be, or I feel there's a lot of clutter in my head, going to that gives almost instant relief. It's super beneficial. And having those slight amounts of elevated CO2 in your bloodstream gives it like an intoxicating effect, just barely. It's really it feels great. And then so for the workout part, you want to increase the amount of seconds that you do. I was gonna film this one outside, but there's a blizzard right now up here in Canada. Anyways, what you want to do is count your steps. So you'll be out walking. So I like to start with 8 steps, between 8 to 10. So you just take your steps. So it's hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold your breath on an inhale, take 8 more steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and then exhale. So as you do that, as you're walking, that exercise is gonna burn your oxygen faster, so it's gonna increase the CO2 in your bloodstream, so it's gonna make you wanna exhale a lot. The trick here is to control your exhales, because you'll want to force it all out, but you want to extend it over 8 seconds, so you want to take a slow exhale. But then you won't have taken an inhale for 16 seconds because you had that 8-second breath hold, 8-second exhale, so it'll be 16 seconds where you haven't had oxygen, so you'll be tempted to take a huge forceful inhale. But to control that, you take a slow inhale that lasts another 8 seconds. So there's control involved there, which is also going to increase the amount of CO2 in your bloodstream. It's going to increase your tolerances, and then it's going to bring you really into the moment. Important note here is when you're doing this, when you're out walking, you don't want to be pushing yourself so hard that you're becoming lightheaded that you could fall and smash your head open. So use your good judgment, and I recommend start with 8 seconds. That's usually what I might go to. Sometimes 10 seconds if I'm feeling really ambitious. And you don't have to do it for very long. You can really do just like, 4 to 5 cycles of it, and you'll really get the hardcore effects from it. But I recommend you also push yourself to see how far you can go and play around with it. Do this at home when you're sitting, chilling in the shower to get a meditative effect. Do it out while you're walking in the parking lot, out to your car, whatever it may be, and get that workout effect to really jack up all your things that are measurable as far as breath training goes. My name is Kyle Ross. This is Hydroman. Thanks a lot for watching.